Oh, the big hefty package. Doesn't even fit in the bench properly. What's happening on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I am humbled and graced that you have stopped by to watch this video. Today I have a special review for you. It is McFarlane DC Multiverse 2-pack. Yes, I said it, 2-pack. It's twice the plastic. Flash and Batman of Earth -52, but we better know him as the Red Death. Why don't they just use the proper names on the packaging? Anyway, look at this, isn't it? It's aesthetically pleasing. This is a beautiful display piece. Looks good on the shelves, as they say, in the pre-posed stands. And it even comes with a little diorama piece. How cool is that? Anyway, the box is the normal jazz. It's just bigger. It's like two boxes together. And you have the artwork. You've got Flash and you've got the Red Death, both awesome characters. And you've got the rest of the wave or other figures in this line. So, they're there. I'm not going to tease these anymore. Let's get them out of the box and have a look at them. Here they are, out of the box. Now, I just want to mention before I go throwing the box away, the back had pretty good art, if you just want to see it real quick. Not your normal art what's behind the McFarlane's. Nice touch. It was a nice touch. Anyhow, now it's thrown away. So, as I'm assuming because it's a special 2-pack, the cards that come with it are shiny. Look at that. Ooh, rare. There's the both bios, so to save time, that you can pause and read now if you want, for both Red Death and the Flash. And it's going. And not just that, you get this pretty nifty diorama foot base to hold the two figures in. I'm assuming it'll be some sort of running pose. That's cool, we'll put that to one side until later. So looking at the figures out of the box, they look pretty cool. They came pre-posed. I heard there were some issues with some figures that were in the pre-posed position, had like wonky legs and stuff like that. My Flash, he looks fine. Red Death looks a bit bow-legged, but yeah, it doesn't really bother me. It's not that noticeable. So the question is, what figure do I look at first? Who do I? Ooh. Let's go Flash. Let's go Flash. So this is the rebirth design for Flash, which it was more or less the same design from New 52. They just changed a few small bits. They didn't have as many yellow lines, and they kind of toned it down. And there's a beautiful crimson red, really, really nice. I love this design of Flash. Have to say McFarlane nailed this Flash. Now the expression is a bit funny. He's grimacing, but obviously because it's a 2-pack, he's meant to be fighting Red Death. It's him like running after him or running away like, I'm gonna get you. I'm angry Flash. But yeah, Flash should have a smiley face. But the head sculpt itself, the paint details and the eyes are on point. Not a smudge to be seen. Beautiful. And the yellow all on the head stays where it should be. The ears, the lightning bolts are a bit big. I might trim them back to maybe this size, just to make it look a bit more normal. But it's no biggie. But yeah, it's the Flash suit. Like, I mean, there's not much to say. You can see the texture there all down at the lines, just to kind of differentiate it a bit from. So like it's not just spandex. And then obviously he's the lightning bolts on his gauntlets and on his waist. Coming down, you got those big beautiful yellow boots that everyone knows and loves. There's actually a little lightning bolt, kind of lightning bolt molded into it that stretches around the back, which is cool. In ways of articulation, his head is on a ball swivel and it has pretty standard. I don't want to grab it too weird because you don't want to bend the ears. So he can look around, he can look up to a degree. You can look down for days. So normal head for McFarlane. His arms, nothing to hinder it. Goes up, goes down, rotates all you want. And I mean, you're going to need the Flash to be quite dynamic for all his poses. As always, they're making it now hopefully standard to have just double joints on all the figures. I really hope that is just going to be the standard, because that's how it should be. He has bicep swivel also. In the shoulder joint, he's also got that extra little thing. I don't really know what that extra little piece of plastic does. It allows for a small bit of internal rotation. And then his hand is on the typical McFarlane ball swivel. But they seem to be making them smaller, which is good, because they can be really obnoxious on some figures. He has mid-waist rotation for the swivel, 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 which is really good, because he can go back like this, and he can go forward like this. Then there's going to be... Oh. So there's like little to no... Maybe it's just stiff on my figure, but this whole section kind of doesn't move in here. It's stiff, I'd say. I'm not going to go tempting the fates too much. And then the legs are typical McFarlane. They stretch out quite a bit. They get a bit stuck because of his spandex shorts. He's got no small bit of rotation on the thigh. Just give us thigh cuts, Todd. Please, just give us thigh cuts. And then he's got double jointed knees, which are quite double jointed. And then his foot is on the ball swivel, and it can go up and down, and you've got the toe articulation. So it's just a standard McFarlane body, kind of similar to the one they used for Nightwing. I wouldn't say they've changed too much like on the design. They just added a few more sculpted details and then obviously made it like flasherized. But it's really cool. I really like the head sculpt. The ears are a bit long. Other than that, it's really cool. And because there's no added bits on, it's not going to get in the way of any posing. So you're going to be able to actually get him into some pretty nifty running poses. And now we just have to try and make him stand because he knows I'm on camera. And there we go. So next up is the Vedette. So this is the Flash mixed with Batman. As far as I know, it's either Batman and Flash's body or Flash and Batman's body, or they're both combined. I'm not too sure, but Batman is in the steering wheel and Flash is actually in his consciousness, trapped watching this Batman do all the evil shit to the Justice League on their Earth. So he's designed really, really cool. So the Red Death, he's loads of bits hanging off him and stuff in the comics. They've tried to be as true as they can, and like I like how they're they look like they're for aerodynamic purposes. But they've stayed true to the comic design. It goes all the way down. They are quite a hard plastic. They're sculpted on. And you can see they're right the way down the body. Detail on the legs. And his boots, rather than having wings or anything, have these kind of spikies as well. So he looks sharp. And his gauntlets as well have the spikes. So there's lots going on his body. And as you can see, there's the Batman sculpt mixed with the Flash. So it kind of shows that the Batman has been broken. He's been corrupted, which is cool. And the head sculpt is very detailed as well. You can see the brow details, and then he's got his own type of ears. And then like that mouth guard, you know, stop yourself getting all the bugs in your face, because you gotta get a lot of bugs in your face. You run that quick all the time. And in way of articulation, it's going to be pretty much the same as the Flash figure, but we'll show you anyway. So the head is on a ball swivel just like the Flash's. He can look up to a degree, not much, and he can look down quite something. Then the shoulders, you've got full shoulder rotation. It's pretty good, and they've got the little extra semicircle that adds in the rotation. There's no bicep swivel on the Red Death. I'm assuming because of this it would have just hindered it anyway. He's got his double jointed arms. Hey. He's got a hand outsplayed, obviously for running fast. I like this one though. Hey. And then, yeah, the little ball swivel for the wrist. Waist articulation is the same as the Flash. He's got that mid swiv. And it allows for all sorts of crunching and positioning, and it can go back quite far, and it can go forward not as much. I can't imagine these little spiky bits are helping. And then he's got a small bit of articulation down in the groin area. Then the legs also come out but are stopped because of these outy sticky bits, and he's got nothing in the thigh. He's got them double jointed knees that we know and love, and they're quite double jointed. And he's got the swivel on his ankle, and it's not hindered at all. And he's got that sweet, sweet toticulation. Now, as you can see here, they are on their little diorama stand, and I'm definitely sure I haven't posed them right. I'm sure there's better ways of posing them, but sure, look, you can give me some suggestions in the comments below. Yeah, they're really cool figures. They're essentially the same sculpts, just the Red Death has a few more bits added onto them, a different head sculpt, obviously different paint detail, but they're very similar in articulation. And you will be able to get them into some quite dynamic running poses. I'm especially in love with the colour scheme of the Flash, the yellow, and just how he looks in general. I will definitely be getting the other version that doesn't have that grimacing face, so you can take more light-hearted shots with the Flash, because Flash is a light-hearted person. And then the Red Death, of course, is always a well-needed addition to my Dark Knights, and all we need now is one final piece of the Merciless and the Drowned, and we will have a full final wave finished from McFarlane of a full thing of characters, and can't wait for that. But in the meantime, guys, if you can get your hands on this 2-pack, I really would, especially because it comes with a diorama base. That's just so unique, and it has 2 shiny cards. Anyway, guys, thanks for dropping by my review. I hope you enjoyed of these 2 awesome figures, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.